this video I'm going to look at how to draw the Oogie Boogie Man in steps. I've chosen the Oogie Boogie Man because he's my favourite character from A Nightmare Before Christmas. So let's get started. So the first step is to make some basic shapes, and these are going to make up the structure of the Oogie Boogie Man, so then we can start to put an outline around him. So the first shape is an almost triangle shape. I'm going to start by putting part of the side of a triangle down here, and you can do this quite roughly, it doesn't need to be too accurate or even line wise. Bring the bottom of the triangle along here, and then the top of the triangle comes up to about there. So this side should be just about over halfway up the other side. And then we're going to bring a line up just to meet that there. So it's sort of just missing the top part here really. You can draw this however big you want. I'm using a little A5 sketchbook, so mine's quite diddy, but obviously if you're drawing on something bigger you might want to make the shapes a bit bigger. So the next shapes we're going to put in are two smaller triangles, and these are going to go down at the bottom. So we're going to pop one down here, and these need to be quite narrow and quite sort of pointy like this. And then we're going to put another one in this corner. You might be able to guess what parts these are going to be. And this one needs to be the same sort of shape as this one, but at a slightly different angle, pointing more downwards. Just finish that one off there. Okay, so then the next shape we're going to put in is another triangle, and this one's going to go just up here. So this one again is similar shape to the ones at the bottom, quite narrow but quite long and pointed. Get that one a little bit wider, there we go. And don't worry if you make any little errors like that, it's just an outline at the moment. And then the next one, so this is another triangle shape, and this one is going to go up at a slanted angle, and then it comes down. It doesn't join the bottom of this one here. If you draw a line roughly, so it should join along with where this one starts here, and then the final one comes on this side here, and again it's a similar shape to this one over here. So you have to excuse my camera skills, I'm trying to hold the camera in one hand and look to draw in the other. It's not that easy, so hopefully it's watchable still. So this one joins up roughly here. Okay, so that gives us a basic outline to work with. So now we have our basic outline, the next step is to start putting a bit more detail into the outline and forming that shape that you all know as the Oogie Boogie Man. So we're going to start with the torso area of his body, and we're going to start to put in a bit more shape to this, using our outline as a guide to make this a bit easier. So I'm going to start on the left here, and as you all know he's got these quite squidgy puffy bits. So we've got a rounded bit on the edge here, and then there's a line that comes up here to sort of simplify, you know, that he's all creased, and don't really know how best to describe him. And as you come down to this corner of that first triangle we put in, it's still quite rounded, so we'll round that around and keep bringing that under. And don't worry if you go over the edge of the triangle there, that's okay. He does kind of come down and curve around. And then as we're coming up towards this corner here, we want to aim to curve this line up to join roughly the start of that little triangle there. So I'm going to get that nice curvy shape in at the bottom. I'll just bring this curve a bit more in here. Again, don't worry that, you know, if yours is looking similar to mine where you've got quite a few little lines and things going on, tidy all that up a little bit later on. So we'll take this foot now, and what we're going to do is bring this little curve around here. You can see here I've darkened it just for the purpose of trying to make it a bit clearer. And then this tucks under. My triangle isn't quite the right angle, as you can see, because I'm bringing it out this way a little bit more, but what we're going to do is tuck it under, and then we're putting the curve of the foot in, the sort of toe area. So bring that around, and then that follows the edge here of this triangle, and up to the corner of the bigger triangle we put in, and up a little bit higher, and then stop about roughly there where I have, and then we'll come back to that edge again in a second. We're going to go back to this corner here, and we're going to start roughly where the edge of the triangle starts, just here, and I'm not going to worry about going all the way down to the end of the triangle. I'm just going to bring this out about halfway down, slightly over halfway. Again, bring that around so that, sorry, video's like moving away from the actual drawing there. Bring that around so that it follows the edge of the triangle, and then join that up with the bottom of the body there. Okay, so we will come back to this edge again now. So we stopped about here, and what we want to do is just bring this out ever so slightly, and then just gently curve that a little bit, because he's got a little bit more ripply, bumpy bits there. So that just gives him a bit more shape and stops him looking a bit flat. And then we're going to do the same here again. He's got another slight ripply, bumpy bit, but it's only very slight. And we want to bring that up just below where the edge of this triangle starts. Okay, so that's more or less the bottom half of his torso. So now we're going to focus on the top half.